So today I want to talk about science. Okay, you've heard of the concept, well, it's backed by science, or you'll hear the phrase, well, the science is settled. We don't need to keep looking at that because we already figured it out. We've done enough research. Like, for example, on the whole concept of fat being bad, and then now it's good, right? Trans fats were okay, and now they're not good. Or these drugs are safe and effective, and then 30 years later, they're taken off the market. In fact, I'm going to put a link down below of this is just the tip of the iceberg, 176 drugs that were considered safe and effective, okay, but now are off the market because they found they were quite dangerous. Okay, here's just a few. Accutane, they took it off the market because they found it creates liver damage after 27 years. Cylert was on the market for 30 years. That was for ADHD or ADD. Now, what I want to know is how long did they do the studies initially to prove that they were safe and effective? And then we have DES, diethylstilbestrol. This was used as a very powerful estrogen that was supposed to prevent miscarriages until they found it causes miscarriages 31 years later, okay? And then you had thalidomide. I don't know how that got passed. That created all sorts of problems with babies coming out with flippers for arms and all sorts of issues. Okay, then you have Permax on the market for 19 years. Then we have PTZ and Metrazole on the market for 48 years, okay? Hey, these things were backed by science. So the main question is, who is funding the study, okay? Which many times gives grants to the universities. And then you have industry, which then also funds the universities. And then you have a few nonprofits that do research right here. Before 1970, the majority of research was done and paid for by the government. But now, between 71 and 85% of research is done by the industry. And a lot of times, industry will partner with the government to do research, especially when we get into R&D. So a lot of the initial R&D money for new drugs is sponsored by the government,